Good afternoon, good evening, everyone. Welcome to our webinar, Your Path to Medicine in Greece, organized by the National and Kapodistrian University of Athens School of Medicine in collaboration with the Hellenic Medical Society. And of course, with the active support of the Canadian Hellenic Medical Society and the National Hellenic Student Association. My name is Dimitris Maragos. I'm a communication specialist at the School of Medicine of NKUA, and I will be your moderator today. It's an absolute pleasure to have participants joining us from across the United States, Canada, and beyond. Before we begin, just some short remarks. Feel free to use the chat to introduce yourselves and share where you are joining us from. And of course, you can submit your questions at any given time. We will address them during the Q&A session at the end. So let's get started. But before starting officially with some remarks, I would like to ask you to log in to the Mentimeter because throughout the webinar we'll have some more interactive communication. So let me share my screen. And this, of course, applies to anyone that you are inside, both speakers and participants. Let's start. I hope you are seeing my screen. Stavroula, if you can confirm.
Confirming, we can see your screen, Dimitri. Thank you.
So the instructions are very simple. You can either scan the QR code that you can find on the right-hand side of your screen, or else, of course, you can log in by entering the URL menti.com and having and write the number that you can see, 56 25 91 75. I already see several people joining. I think, if I'm not mistaken, I can see 84 people that are currently following our webinar. So I will be waiting for a couple of seconds. We have 28 people joining and counting on. Oh, in order not to let me see. Yes, still joining. Okay, I will leave it a couple of seconds more. We have half of the people that are joining that have entered the Mentimeter. But let's start. The first question is, where are you currently based? So you can use the pin that you can find on your screen, on your application, or on your browser, and please put this pin on the exact location that you are following the webinar now. So let me see your pins, and I think this will be very interesting for us to know from where you are joining us. I can see the United States. I will need the help of our friends from the other side of the Atlantic to identify the specific states, as I'm not very familiar with all the states in the United States of America. I can see, of course, I can recognize New York and a lot of people from New York, some people from Canada, from Eastern United States. Also, we have a lot of people from Greece, and if I'm not mistaken, I can see some people that are nearby Greece, so I don't know, Italy, and some people that are in the Caribbean. So I'm jealous of you. Either you are in Cuba or in another place in this specific location. We have also some people from Northern Europe. Finland, I guess, or Sweden. I think it will be very interesting for us to know the exact location. So please write your location on the chat. And really, we are very, very happy that we are seeing people from all over the world. So thank you very much for being with us. And just to continue, and of course, we will have even more questions later on through Mentimeter. Let me introduce you before starting officially. It's a great honor for us to have our first speaker, that is the Dean of the NKUA School of Medicine, Professor Nikolaos Arkadopoulos. We are very lucky to have as a dean, Professor Arkadopoulos, throughout the years, he has supported the program, and I think the success of this program and the people that have joined so far is something that we should give the credits to him. So, Professor Arkadopoulos, thank you very much for being here, and I will pass you the mic to make the introductory speech. So the mic is yours.
Thank you very much, Dimitri. It's not really a formal speech because I'm in the middle of a national conference here in Athens where I'm a speaker, but I just wanted to join for a few minutes and say hello and say my thanks to our colleagues from the societies in the United States, in Canada. Thank you very much for co-organizing with us this webinar. I want to welcome everybody. I'm extremely honored and proud to be the dean of this historical medical school. I have to say that our medical school, the National Kapodistrian University School of Medicine, is 190 years old. It's the oldest medical school, not just in Greece and Cyprus, but in the whole area of Southeastern Europe. And what we're proud of is that it's also the highest ranking. It's the most prestigious medical school in the whole geographical area. And as you may know, it's very competitive to get in our school for the Greek students, and we only accept the best of the best every year. And we're also very proud of our professors. Many of them rank in the top 2% of scientists worldwide, according to the Stanford ranking. And we're also proud of our curriculum in the medical school, but above all, we're proud of our clinical training, which, as I have to say, is our strong point. We have a really unsurpassed clinical training because being the only medical school in Athens, we have a population base of more than 4 million people and more than 3,000 university beds across 16 different hospitals where we can train our students. So as you can understand from the numbers, we have a very strong base for a great clinical training, and this is what we do every day. And also, I have to say that we have created a very strong educational environment all around the medical school, not just with our formal laboratories and clinical department, but also with our students. And we are very strong, very motivated, and many of them are very research oriented, and we're glad to have them as speakers in our conferences, as happens in the conference that I'm attending right now. And finally, I want to say a few words about the city of Athens. You all know the city of Athens, a great city, very safe, very beautiful, a really vibrant city with lots and lots of activities going on all the time. But also what is important for our medical school, that it's also full of educational opportunities. So the whole city of Athens, not just our medical school, is a city full of opportunities for education in medicine. There's hundreds of conferences going on all the time, both national and international, lots of activities. So beside the medical school, we have a whole city to assist in the training of our students, and we're really lucky to have that. So I don't want to take more of your time, just to thank you once more for attending this webinar. Thank you to our colleagues from the States and Canada for helping us with this. And I really hope to see students from the States and Canada in our medical school in Athens. Thank you.
Thank you, Professor Arkadopoulos, for your inspiring words. And I hope that some of the people that are attending today's webinar will be our future students in the National and Kapodistrian University of Athens. And just to let you know, we have not people only from the United States and Canada. I have counted now on the chat. We have, of course, from Florida, New Jersey, Toronto, Cyprus, Luxembourg, Sweden, Bulgaria, and even Iran and the Republic of Congo. Participants in today's webinar. So it's something that truly reflects the international interest in the program. So thank you all for being here. We now move to our welcome address from our key partners. And let me give now the microphone to the Executive Director of the Hellenic Medical Society, the outstanding Stavroula Tosca, to introduce us to the people from the USA and Canada. Stavroula?
Thank you, Dimitri. Σας ευχαριστώ. Thank you all so much for taking the time to join us on a Saturday. We are thrilled to be presenting this program to you in partnership with NKUA, simply because it's such an amazing, incredible program with truly impressive faculty. And I don't think I need to make the case for why anyone would want to study in Greece, regardless of what they're studying. It's one of the most beautiful places in the world and most hospitable. Let me not take up too much of your time, and I would love to invite Dr. Antonios Gasparis, the president of the Hellenic Medical Society. Dr. Gasparis, I invite you to share your remarks.
Thank you, Stavroula. Hello, everyone, and welcome. I'm Tony Gasparis, and on behalf of the Hellenic Medical Society, it's my great pleasure, really, to welcome you all today at this webinar, Your Path to Medicine in Greece. As we prepared for this event, I worked through the logistics, and I really found myself reflecting on the remarkable moment that we're living. Borders are no longer barriers, they're bridges. And today's students, all of you joining us, have the ability to pursue your ambitions across countries and continents, shaping not only your own future, but the future of medicine on a global scale. This is the 90th anniversary for the Hellenic Medical Society, and our founder, Dr. George Papanikolaou, created the society really to help place students coming from Greece to America in order to network, seek guidance, and find mentorship. He was a visionary whose groundbreaking research and dedication to medicine continued to save millions of lives of women around the world. Yet I wonder that even if Dr. Papanikolaou could have imagined that there would be a time when students from around the world would actually travel to Greece to study medicine. All of us at the Hellenic Medical Society know that our legacy is not defined only by the past, but by the responsibility we carry forward. It is both our duty and our privilege to help open the path for the next generation of physicians, wherever the world that the path may lead, and we hope that it leads you to Greece. We are deeply grateful to our partners at the NKUA and the Hellenic Medical Society of Canada and the National Hellenic Student Association, as well as those who supported us in this initiative, including the Consul General of Greece in New York, the Hellenic National Society, and the Greek Archdiocese and Cosmos FM, just to name a few. My hope is that you will step forward with ambition, purpose, and that the confidence that the world of medicine is open to you, and that we are here to support you in every step of the way. Thank you for joining us today.
Thank you so much, Dr. Gasparis. I would like to welcome Dr. Vasilia Vastis, who is the president of the Canadian Hellenic Medical Society. Dr. Vastis?
Hi, everyone. Thank you, Stavroula and Dimitri. This is, I think, an amazing opportunity and webinar. So I'm super excited for everyone to get into it. And thank you once again for having us. So I'm also an international medical graduate student. So I think I can speak a lot to especially North American students going abroad to Europe for school. I went to medical school in Dublin, Ireland. So although it wasn't Athens, which now in hindsight, I wish it was, I still had an amazing opportunity. I completed 6 years of medical school there, and then I was able to transfer my degree to Canada. I also applied to the United States as well, but my preference was Canada because my family is here. And currently, I'm a reproductive endocrinologist and infertility specialist in Toronto. So I'm a huge supporter and advocate of students traveling abroad to follow your dreams and accomplish big things. I don't think you necessarily always need to stay in your home country to do so. So I wish everyone luck. And I also want to let everyone know, specifically the Canadians as well, that we are starting up a mentorship partnership in May for students who are interested in traveling abroad, but also for Greek students who are interested in traveling to Canada as well for medical school or residency. So thank you so much for having me, and I wish everyone good luck.
Thank you so much, Dr. Vastis. It's amazing to see the Canadian Hellenic Medical Society growing and expanding and creating more initiatives. We are so incredibly thankful to you, Dr. Rosolatos, and your whole team. Last but not least on our end, I would probably need a whole day to introduce Mrs. Stella Kokoli, who is someone very special to us. Mrs. Kokoli is the president of the Federation of Greek American Educators. She is a woman who is very well known on the East Coast, in Greece, and all around. She comes to the table with 6 decades of experience in the field of education, even though she doesn't look like it. And she's a major friend and supporter of the Hellenic Medical Society. Mrs. Kokolis, thank you for joining us.
It's a pleasure and honor to join you. And I would like to congratulate you because you, with the president, Mr. Gasparis, and all the other professionals, doctors, and from different specialties, you have uplifted the medical school. Congratulations for what you're doing. I am from the educational field, but because I was involved in medicine through my husband and through my children, 2 children finished medical schools in the USA, I really appreciate what you're doing. One parent an hour ago called me because it was another webinar and said, Mrs. Kokolis, I want you to tell me something. I did not understand. Do we have for the schools in Athens in English language courses or be bachelors or the medical school? How much do we have our students to pay? I said maybe from 10,000, 9,000 to 12,000 a year. He says, I just can't believe, I thought it was the month of the semester. This is the beauty of studying in Greece, that the students can get the best education ever, studying in the beautiful cultural country, the country that really educated the whole world through the centuries, the beautiful Greece with the beautiful climate, the beautiful people, customs and traditions, to visit and study in Greece. This beauty, this incomparable country, and yet pay nothing. You know how much the medical school, very well, you know, in America, the cheapest will cost you 100,000, 120 a year. Can you imagine? And I want to conclude by saying, again, congratulations for what you try to do. And I ask you to really establish an office, because a lot of questions come through when the students are going to be or are there, or for the rotations, for the clinical rotations, what they're going to do. I want you to be aware of many questions that exist and have really an office to address these questions. Very important. I have this experience because 6 years ago, we start organizing at the University of Salonika, the Aristotelio University, the medical school in English language. A lot of questions now, they still exist. Please support the students. You understand you're in the same field that they are going to really enter. And I conclude by, again, congratulations. And I'm going to say, please advertise through the students, through your courses, through your people, that the students can unlock their future by studying in Greece. Thank you. Congratulations. Good luck. Have a good webinar today and many more to follow. I will be with you with my experience in education and in the medical programs. Thank you. Have a good Easter.
Thank you, Mrs. Kokolis. We're always so energized by your passion and your commitment to education. Thank you very, very much for your time today and this amazing introduction to set us off to a wonderful
God bless you.
And you as well. And you as well. Dimitri, take it away.
Thank you. And it is true that I have created this Mentimeter quiz or whatever survey just to have it as an energizer. But with Ms. Kokolis, I think we will not need something like that, because we have heard your enthusiasm and your good words for Greece and for our university. And thank you very much for sharing these insights with us. I will now give the floor to one of my colleagues, Ms. Androniki Logo, which is the administrative coordinator of the medical degree English program. And of course, alongside with Androniki, there is a big administrative team that supports the program. Nikki will share more insights about that. So let's move to the program overview and the admission presentation, where you can gain a clear understanding of the structure of the program and how to apply. Nikki, the floor is yours.
So hello, good evening, everyone. Thank you, all of you, for taking the time to join us for today's webinar. My name is Nikki Logo, and I'm the Administrative Coordinator of the Medical Degree English program offered by School of Medicine at the National Kapodistrian University of Athens. I'm really honored to present today our program. As you may already know, and as the Dean already mentioned, the School of Medicine in the National Kapodistrian University of Athens is the ancient university not only in Greece, but also in the southwestern European area. So now I will share my screen. Just let me know if you can see my screen.
Yes, we can, Nikki. Thank you.
Great, great. So our medical degree program, as I mentioned, the coordinator of the program coordinator is the Dean of the School of Medicine, Professor Nikolaos Arkadopoulos. What makes this program especially compelling, I would say, is the combination of tradition and innovation, and this is something that you will see in my presentation. Our motto, which is really inspiring, I would say, is choice, not chance, determines your destiny. From Aristotle, of course, the ancient Greek philosopher. A key indicator for our program's quality is our global recognition and our rankings.
Nikki, sorry to interrupt you. I'm sorry.
The slides are not showing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We only see the Zoom page.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think you should, yes, you should share not your screen, but the tab that you have your presentation.
Give me a minute, because
Yeah.
Of course.
In the meanwhile, I can say that we have also people from different parts of Canada, Edmonton, Toronto. We have people from Cyprus, and we have also people from Turkey, from Izmir in particular. So thank you all for being here.
Okay.
I
Yeah,
think
Nikki, now we can see it.
my
Yeah.
screen, right?
Yes.
Great.
Thank
Thank you for mentioning that. I will just keep saying a lot of things without showing anything, so thank you. Let's start from the beginning. Our program, I was mentioning that our motto is choice, not chance, determine your destiny, and this is from Aristotle, the ancient Greek philosopher. A key indicator that ensures our quality, the program's quality, is our global recognition. As we can see, the School of Medicine of NKUA is ranked among the top 100 institutions globally in areas such as cardiac and cardiovascular systems, gastroenterology and hepatology, infectious diseases, and clinical medicine. And the source here is the US News Best Global Universities. And of course, we are ranked among the top 150 institutions globally as per the public health and clinical medicine subjects. And this is from the Shanghai Academic Rankings. A very important aspect of our program is the global reach and growth that we have created, a global community that we have created here in Athens, in the National Kapodistrian University of Athens. The last 5 years, we have accepted more than 1,200 applications from all around the world. As you can see, we have accepted applications from 90 countries. And here you can see that the maps illustrate the countries that we have application from. But even more important is the enrolled students that we already have in our program. We have 160 enrolled students from all around the world, from all corners of the world, creating a vibrant multicultural learning environment where global perspectives meet classical medical heritage. Please allow me to mention the countries that we have students from. We have students from Austria, Belgium, Cyprus, Finland, France, Germany, Luxembourg, Norway, Switzerland, Turkey, Ukraine, United Kingdom, China, India, Iran, Israel, Jordan, Lebanon, Maldives, Pakistan, Philippines, South Korea, Syria, United Arab Emirates, Canada, USA, Egypt, South Africa, Zimbabwe, and Australia. As you can understand, having students in the class from all around the world does not only enrich the discussion, but also prepares our students for reality in the global medical healthcare systems. Now, let's have a closer look at our admission requirements, which is I think, it is interesting for today's participant. Let's talk a bit about the general eligibility, which come from the legislation. We have two categories. The one is applicants who have already finished high school or are finishing high school, the last 2 years of high school in a foreign country, in a country other than Greece. In that case, students who have Greek and foreign nationality can apply. But we have also a special case where graduate or students who are in the last year of foreign recognized school in Greece, they can also apply, but under the condition that they do not hold Greek citizenship, neither the applicant or their parents. This is a special case, so if any of the applicants thinks that itself is included in this case, they should contact us directly by email to help him or her apply to our program and give him or her more information about this specific case, which is a special case, again, I'm mentioning. Now, regarding the academic criteria, I have to admit that this program is designed for high achieve students. We accept the International Baccalaureate diploma. You can see here our threshold, which is 36 points, with higher level subjects in physics, chemistry, and bio. We accept A-levels, we accept the French Baccalaureate, the European Baccalaureate. Also, we accept results in admission tests such as UCAT and MCAT. And what we also accept is the AP subject combined to an SAT score. Here you can see that we require 4 AP science subjects. We have some required biology and chemistry subject. We have strongly suggested subject, which is AP physics, and suggested subject such as calculus and statistics. Of course, we do accept applicants who have already who are already graduate for a bachelor's degree cognate to the medical sciences, or also we accept applicants who have completed a pre-med program with laboratories. Of course, the other requirements are common. The language, we need the language proficiency. Here you can see the test that we accept, IELTS, TOEFL, and FCE. Of course, if the applicant is a native speaker, has nothing to submit as a document for the English proficiency. In the next slide, you can see step by step the journey for someone to apply to our program. First step, prepare your document. Second step, submit online your application through our application platform, which you can find very easily in our website. Third step is the review and interview. As soon as we receive your application and your file, we will forward the file to the committee of the program, who will review your file. And if you are a qualified candidate, then you will receive an email for an online interview. After the interview, if the results are positive, you will receive a conditional or unconditional offer, depends on your status, on your specific case. Of course, applicants who wish to enroll in our program, they will have to secure the place, their slot by paying the 5,000 euros deposit. This time, please let me mention that the tuition fees of our program are 70,000 euros per academic year, and the 5,000 euros are required for an applicant to secure his or her slot to our program. Then in order to finalize your enrollment, as you can understand, for non-EU students, they have to apply for a visa if they do not hold a Greek citizenship. If someone, for example, is from USA or Canada and does have a Greek passport, then he or she doesn't have to apply for a visa. Last but not least, applicants who will be enrolling in our program, they will have to verify their documents through apostille or through a notary. But this is something that you can find. This insight and information you can find in our website. In the meantime, as I'm speaking, I think one of my colleagues can share our program website, the link of the website in the chat, so that you can have easy access to our website and search any of the information that I'm sharing with you at the moment. So the program overview. The medical degree program duration is 6 years, spanning 12 semesters, and in total 360 ECTS. What is the language of instruction? Of course, it is English. All the program is taught in English. All communication are made in English and conducted in English. However, we offer to our students for free Greek language courses from the Greek Teaching Center, so that we can help them and facilitate them with the patient communication later on, or when they will do their clinical rotation into hospitals, and in that way they will have the opportunity to speak directly with patients and interact with patients. What about our learning model? A blend of theoretical lectures, small group workshop, and hands-on laboratory practice, guided by dedicated faculty members and professors. At this moment, I would like to highlight that the School of Medicine has around 700 dedicated faculty members who are teaching in the English MD program, in lectures, in laboratories, and of course in hospitals in different departments. Now, our clinical exposure, extensive clinical training across NKUA's network of 16 university-affiliated hospitals. This is a part that I will be explaining in my later slides. Global community, have already mentioned about the diverse community that we have created in our School of Medicine, and of course the accreditation of programs, the higher education, the Authority of Higher Education in Greece has, of course, accredited our program, and since the diploma is offered by School of Medicine of the National Kapodistrian University of Athens, the medical degree is worldwide recognized. Let's take a closer look to the curriculum structure. During the first years, there is a focus on the preclinical sciences and basic biomedical knowledge. The mid-phase develops an understanding of clinical knowledge, whereas during the last years, students have the opportunity to rotate, do the clerkship and the clinical training in different departments in hospitals in Athens. In my next slide, you can see we can have a closer look at the courses that are conducted per semester. You can see in the first semester we have the basic sciences, biology, medical physics, medical chemistry, biostatistics, epidemiology, epistemology, history, and ethics. Of course, we have some electives here to select, the students can select. The second year, we have again biology, neuroanatomy, neurophysiology, biochemistry, histology and embryology, physiology. Whereas in the third year, which is more bridging year, we have descriptive anatomy, general pathology, microbiology, radiology, preventive medicine, and public health. In the fourth year, we have systematic pathology and pathophysiology, pharmacology, clinical skills and propedeutics, surgery, epidemiology, radiology. During the fifth year, we have internal medicine, surgery, pediatrics, cardiology, neurology, ophthalmology, ENT, urology, dermatology, and therapeutics. Whereas in the last year, the sixth year, we have 3 months rotations in different areas. We have advanced clerkship, critical care, emergency medicine, psychiatry, forensic medicine, and a lot of other subjects that students can select. But I have to mention that these course years are indicative. Now, our clinical training network. A defined strength of our program is the breadth of clinical training network. We have 16 university hospitals around the metropolitan, the Athens metropolitan area. Here you can see that our students have access to 16 hospitals. Let me just mention some of them. Attikon General University Hospital, Agea Sophia Children's Hospital, Hippocration, Genimatas, Ereteon University Hospital, Athens Children's Hospital, SCA General Hospital, Evgenidi Hospital, Evangelismos General Hospital, and all the hospitals that you can see at your screen this moment. Please allow me to say at this moment that this is a very unique feature of our program, since no other medical schools offers access to 16 university hospitals. This extensive network ensures comprehensive clinical training and exposure to different specialties, hospital environments, but also many medical and clinical cases. I'm sure that Dr. Avgerinos and Dr. Hadjaras can elaborate further to the clinical rotation and clinical training that is taking place after the third year for our students. Now, please allow me for the next 2-3 minutes to show you the moments captured through pictures, the experience of our students. Here you can see pictures, photos from our welcome ceremony, which takes place every year in the end of September or early October, depends on when the academic year starts. This is a very inspiring day for all of our students, since they obtain the white coat from the Dean of the School of Medicine, but also the rectoral authorities of the university. The suturing workshop. We have every single year a suturing workshop organized where students from our program are taking place. And as you can see, they're having really fun, but this is a very fun activity, but also very educational and productive, as you can see. Clinical simulation from the very first years, in particular from the second year of the medical degree, students have the opportunity to practice the clinical scenario that they are teaching in a practical way to a real environment and to our robotic patient. Here you can see from first year students to fourth year students having their clinical training on our robotic patient. We have a clinical simulation center in our campus, so students can have a look very early how it looks to have practical training on a robotic patient. Robotic workshop as well. This year, for the first time, we conducted a robotic workshop, and here, as you can see, around 400 students from all the medical school have participated in this event. They use robotic machines in a very efficient way, I can say. Here you can see also the dean in this robotic workshop event. Also, a very important feature of our program is the student participation in conferences. When case we inspire, actually, I would say, we support our students to involve in research, in clinical research and medical research from the very beginning of their medical studies. You see here a lot of our students students participating in conferences. They also write publication under the supervision of under the supervision of member faculty. And this is, as we know from the feedback that we get from the students, a very strong aspect of our program. Last but not least, as you all know, social life matters. We know that the medical journey, the journey to become a doctor, is a very demanding journey. So we have selected to create some events for our students to come together and have some fun. Here you can see lots of our students from the events that we have every single year. We have events in Christmas, we have events in Greece in the summer. And I believe this is also a very joyful moment for our students. Some other photographs and pictures from all the students and many of our events. And here you can see some credentials from our students. We have a student from USA, from Cyprus, from South Africa. And hopefully some of you will join us in this journey, in this community that we have created. We are really proud of this community that we have created. And I would like at this moment to share a big thank to the administration staff, who is really supportive to all of our students, to all of our potential applicants. We understand that the anxiety such a journey is big. So I would like to share my sincere appreciation to the administration team. And please let me mention their names. Just a minute. So Anna Maria is here with us.
Hello to everybody.
Mara is here.
Hello.
Hello, Mara. Also, Eleni Feleki, if she's hearing us, just to say hello.
Hello.
Hi, and Nikos.
Hello.
Okay, and Cici, I don't know if you're here. Okay, so please feel free to ask any of your questions, any of your remarks, to express your thoughts. And if you have any questions that will not be answered today, please feel free to send us an email, to communicate with us through phone, through mobile, whatever feels better for you. You can do it. So thank you very much for your time. I don't know, Dimitris, if there is another speaker.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you.
Q&A session.
Yeah, thank you, Nikki. Thank you very much. I think we have a couple of questions that can be, of course, replied during the Q&A session. But before we move forward, I would like to take a brief moment to acknowledge someone very important. My sincere apologies, as I should have introduced him earlier before you, Nikki. But we are very pleased to have with us Mr. Thodoros Papaioannou, Director of Academic Affairs at Studying Greece. Studying Greece, I think most of you know, it's an initiative that consistently supports and promotes Greek higher education programs internationally. So, Mr. Papaioannou, thank you for joining us today, and it's a pleasure to pass you the microphone for a small remark. Thank you very much.
No worries, Dimitris, no worries. Hello, everyone. Nice to meet you, and thank you so much for this kind invitation. Actually, it's a genuine pleasure to be with you today, and it's a great opportunity to congratulate the School of Medicine of the National Kapodistrian University of Athens for their forward-looking vision. Professor Arkadopoulos, the dean, his colleagues, professors, and administrators. I think that you have done a great job over the past few years. Your academic product combines academic excellence and innovation, and it is one of the best medical degrees in Europe. So we at Studying Greece are truly thankful to you, because with such a high quality academic offering, you actually facilitate our lives and work, because our mission is no other than to promote Greece as a study destination. So let me make a brief introduction of Study in Greece. Study in Greece is the organization of Greek higher education institutions dedicated to promoting internationalization of Greek higher education. Our portal constitutes the official resource on study opportunities, study programs, and student life in Greece. And through our digital ecosystems, different platforms, we guide international students throughout their academic journey in Greece. Study in Greece also guarantees a strong global presence of Greek universities by participating in international education conferences, exhibitions, recruitment fairs, and different events. SIG also acts as a convener, connecting Greek with international universities, promoting enhanced collaboration between Greece and leading countries in the sector of international education. And before closing, I would like to say a few words about the recent developments in the field of international education in Greece, which is a growing sector lately. Through a range of progressive reforms implemented by the Greek state over the past few years, Greece is advancing in the international education sector and is gradually becoming an emerging international study destination. Greek higher education institutions, of course, the National Kapodistrian University of Athens paves the way here, is a leading institution, offer a growing number of international degrees, attracting more and more international students to their campuses. The country attracts bigger number of short-term programs. It is worth mentioning here that Greece is the 8th most popular study destination for American students from the US. And through Study in Greece's and Greek universities' individual global engagement, wide range of promotion activities and strategic partnerships, the country is opening up to the world, trying to position itself as an international study destination. So if you're thinking of study abroad, Greece is the place to be. And if you want to become a doctor, of course, you are more than welcome to the Medical School of University of Athens. Thanks again for your kind invitation and looking forward to welcoming you to Greece.
Thank you, Theodore. I am sure that we will cooperate effectively in the future as well. So thank you for being here. And now we move on to the faculty perspective section of today's webinar. And it's an absolute honor and pleasure to introduce Efthymios Avgerinos, Associate Professor of Vascular Surgery at the University of Athens and Adjunct Professor at the University of Pittsburgh. Professor Avgerinos will share some insights from his international academic and clinical experience. So, Professor Avgerinos.
Well, thank you. Thank you, Dimitri, for your nice introduction. I think Nikki said it all. Nikki gave a very nice overview of what the National Kapodistrian University of Athens is. But beyond statistics, I want to share my personal perspective because, you know, at this time, I'm an associate professor of vascular surgery at our university, but for many years, I have served the academic environment in a large university of US. So I can share kind of a comparison of how things compare to what you have in US. So just to give you a little bit of my background, I completed my medical education and early training in Greece. I even did my residency in Athens. Now having an MD, a PhD, and a Master of Science from the University of Athens, this was enough to help me jump into the US arena. And I got hired in 2011 as a clinical instructor at the University of Pittsburgh. And you know how things in US are, the more you work, the more you grow. And in 2020, I got a full professor position at the University of Pittsburgh. Now, working in the US environment exposed me to some of the most advanced healthcare systems and medical education models in the world. It shaped my approach to patient care, innovation, and teaching. Returning back to Greece as a faculty member of the University of Athens allowed me to combine that international experience with a deeply rooted academic tradition here in Athens. So it gave me pride and honor to return back home and be part of one of the oldest and most prestigious medical schools in Europe. And at that point, I realized I was not alone. It's part of the brain gain that we are now seeing in Greece. Many scientists from abroad, from US, from Germany, from all around the world are coming back to Greece. They're coming back to our medical school to shape the future of this medical school. High quality European medical education, early and strong clinical exposure in a safe, vibrant city with unmatched history, and this is Athens. Having trained in both systems, Greece and United States, I can confidently say that the University of Athens offers a unique combination: strong clinical training, academic tradition, and an international opportunity. Now, for students looking not just to study medicine, but to experience medicine in a global, human-centered way, Athens, I feel, is an exceptional choice. Keep in mind that medicine is not only about high-end technology and fancy hospitals, the way you experience it in the US. It's great to have the technology, but coming here in Greece, it's about judgment, adaptability, visibility, and human connection. This is Athens, this is Greece, this is the National Kapodistrian University of Athens. Training in a diverse and dynamic environment like Athens builds exactly those skills. So for those of you who are thinking about it, just don't hesitate. Join us. Good luck to all of you.
Thank you, Professor Avgerinos. I think that the students that will succeed to be part of our university will fully understand what you have just shared, and will have the opportunity to collaborate and cooperate and be tutored by prominent professors. So let's go now to Professor Ioannis Hadjaras, Assistant Professor of General Surgery at the University of Athens School of Medicine. Professor Hadjaras brings extensive experience from leading institutions in the United States. So, and I must admit that he has helped us several times in the previous years in disseminating and communicating our program. So we thank him for this. Professor Hadjaras, the floor is yours.
Thank you, Dimitri. Thank you for the nice introduction, and thank you for everybody for participating. It's a joy to be here speaking to all of you. Allow me to give you a little bit of my own perspective, starting with a little bit of my background. I was born and raised in Greece, did my medical school here, but then as soon as I graduated, I went to the United States. It was supposed to be a 1 year stint to do research, but I ended up staying 20 years, where I did residency, fellowship, and for about 10 years, I worked as a surgeon. I'm a surgeon by training. I served on the faculty of New York University Medical School in New York City and for a number of years. And then around 2019, I immigrated back home to Greece, kind of like hitting the call for a brain drain. I will tell you that the time period between 2010 and 2020 was a very rough period for Greece. You all know that during the financial crisis, the country went through some really tough times. But since this time, since around 2018, 2019, we have put all of that behind, and the country has been reborn over the last few years. And of course, this affected tertiary level education as well. Over the last 3-4 years, the University of Athens has implemented a tremendous hiring program, and we have hired some of the best, some of the leading Greek American doctors in the US and in Europe. I was only half joking with the president that with the dean of medical school that President Trump is probably going to send a complaint letter to our dean for recruiting all the great medical doctors from the US. But in reality, these excellent hires in all the medical school programs, clinical and basic science department, has led in excellence to two domains. First of all, in the clinical practice of medicine, where we practice world-class medical care in Athens. but also in academics and research and teaching. So the classes in the English MD program are taught by these recently hired folks, and of course some of the old faculty members. The classes are taught in English, and they're taught in good English. So you'll be able to communicate freely with your professors. You'll be able to be understood, and you'll be able to follow along and receive world-class education. Along with that, we have applied several key educational initiatives, such as the OSCE, right? Which is a structured pattern of observing how well you're being taught and how well you're learning. Now, in terms of the University of Athens, just like the Dean mentioned, the University of Athens is, of course, based in Athens, which, as a city, it's, I dare say, sort of similar to New York. Although it has only half the population of New York, it's still a financial, cultural, and transport hub. It's also a culinary hotspot, which will make studying here in Athens safe and very interesting. But beyond that, the University of Athens has its own health system embedded within the national health system in Greece. You already heard about our 16 hospitals, 4,000 beds, and we're the only academic healthcare system in town serving 4 million patients. So we offer the full spectrum of healthcare, to primary care, to complex HPB and brain surgery. So students in our classes and in our operating rooms get exposed to a host of clinical opportunities and a host of faculty members. So for the international student wanting to pursue international study, I think Athens is a top choice. You may wonder, is it necessary to be speaking Greek? Well, just like Mrs. Longo mentioned, all the classes are taught in English. All communications are held in English. By the time you reach the clinical years, about year 3 or 4, you will learn at least some Greek by osmosis, but also there are dedicated classes that you can take to learn Greek and be able to communicate freely with your patients. Although a very high proportion of people in Greek, or more than 90%, speak English. So in summary, if you want to receive a world-class medical education at a fraction of the cost compared to US universities, and then be able to, I would say, easily return or go to the United States and Canada to receive your graduate medical education, I think you should give the University of Athens a very close look. Thank you for having me. I'd be more than happy to participate in the discussion.
Thank you, Professor Hadjaras. And we now move to one of the most important parts of today's webinar, hearing directly from our students. Our students will share some of their personal experiences studying medicine in Athens, offering a real perspective on academic life and clinical training. So we have today with us Alzir, Daphne, and Madeline. I would like to give first the floor to Alzir Ibrahim from Palestine. Alzir?
Hello, can you hear me?
Yes, loud, sound and clear. You can go on.
First of all, my name is Brahim Alzir. I'm from Palestine, and I would like to say, first of all, thank you for the speakers and thank you for the administration, faculty, and the dean for hosting such a great session and for the overall program in general. So I would like to say that how I view it is that this program prepares us for academic excellence at the same time for clinical excellence. That is, I'd like to take you into like a part of my life or a day in my life as a student here in Athens so that you can see what it's like to study here. So first of all, we go to lectures, of course, and attending lectures here is nice in a way that if you attend the lecture and you listen, for me at least, there's no need to go over the material alone a lot because I understand the stuff taught in class, and the professors are really helpful in terms of asking them questions. They actually dedicate time for students if they want to ask after the lecture or like in office hours. So that really helps me to allocate my time to do other stuff besides studying the material in class. For example, this month alone, I was able to participate in a suturing session. Since I'm interested in surgery, I also published a paper actually this month in one of the leading journals of neurosurgery. And I'm also now working on a new paper as well related to surgery. So being a student here, especially with such helpful faculty and professors, allows me to do stuff that I'm interested in and also do stuff that can help me boost my CV so that I not only have like academic experience, but also stuff other than what we're studying, so that I'm really prepared to go into clinical years with actually understanding what medicine is like besides the books, for example. So thank you for giving me this opportunity to speak, and thank you for the program overall.
Thank you, Ibrahim. Of course, the future students will be able to get to know you better if they decide to participate in our program. Now I will give the floor to Daphne. Daphne from the United States.
Hello, everyone. My name is Daphne Maria Siozios. I'd just like to thank the administration, the faculty for having me, and to all the participants for joining us. I hope it's been an informative session so far. So as Dimitrios said, I'm originally from the United States. I was born and raised in New York, and I actually ended up doing my first undergraduate degree there. I completed a bachelor's degree in biology at Stony Brook University back in 2023, and then I decided the best choice for me would come to Greece, to come to Athens, and pursue my medical degree here. And I'd have to say, so far in my experience, the program has been positive for the most part. Like Ibrahim was saying also, we're afforded many opportunities in terms of not only academically in classes and lectures, but in research, publications, different workshops. And aside from the academic lifestyle, in terms of being a student in Athens, I think in your 20s, it's one of the best countries and places to be. There's plenty of activities to do on the weekends and to de-stress, because it's important. Every day we're in lectures and we're on rotations and we have a lot of work. And when the weekend comes around, obviously, you want to have opportunity to de-stress and relax a little bit. So Athens is a wonderful city to do so. There's plenty of cafes and museums and lots of activities. So I think it's a wonderful place to be. The administrative staff is always willing to lend a helping hand. They're always trying to help you progress as a student, but also as a future physician. And I really appreciate that. And I'm sure my fellow students also appreciate that. So yeah, I would say it's definitely been a positive experience. And if anyone has any questions from a student's perspective in more detail, you can always reach out to me. I'll leave my contact information in the chat below. And yeah, thank you.
Thank you, Daphne. I can second that we have a lot of cafeterias in Greece, and drinking coffee as a Greek is a way of living, so anyone can understand that. And now, Madeline, are you with us?
Yes, I'm here. Can you hear me?
Yes, we can hear you.
Okay, perfect. So my name is Madeline. I'm also with Daphne. We're both third-year medical students at NKUA. And I was in your position, it feels like many years ago, but it was only a couple of years ago. So I understand all the angst and anxiety with applying to a program abroad, leaving your families and such. But I too have a pre-med, I guess, as Americans would call it. I have a bachelor's of life science degree with a major in biological science. So I did have a degree prior to coming here, which depends on who you ask. I think that for me, it's been beneficial in terms of entering the early years of the medical program, because you've been exposed to the material before. And in terms of clinicals, we've just started clinicals this year. And I think that it has been quite eye-opening experience to get to work in the hospitals every day. And for those who are anxious about the Greek language, I'm not very, let's say I'm not the best Greek speaker in the world, although I am Greek, but you do have people with you at all times who either will translate for you, or the doctor who is kind of chaperoning you or monitoring you in that session will be more than happy to translate. So don't be so worried about that if Greek is not your strongest language like it is for me. So don't worry about that. But in terms of other experiences, this school has given me a lot of confidence in terms of my education and in terms of strengths. I never thought that I would like certain disciplines of science or medicine before coming here. For example, when I was in my undergrad, I was never inclined or never really liked the biology in terms of like biochemistry, but here I fell in love with it, and I'm actually doing a paper with one of my professors in the biochemistry department. So you find your little nuances and avenues to excel in. And like Ibrahim, I participated in the suturing workshop as well, which was very amazing. I never had that opportunity in any other school or any other program. So I think you'll find that there's always something happening with this school, and I've really had a positive experience so far. So yeah, if you have any questions, I'll put my contact too.
Thank you very much, Madeleine. And I have seen in the chat that you have already replied in some
I've
of
been
the
trying
comments.
to answer.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much for that. And of course, you can see that in our website we have some students that are acting like ambassadors for our project. So you can reach out to them, and of course to Madeleine and all the students that you can find here. And speaking about the language courses, I would like to give the floor to Eskander Dumit from Syria, second year student in our university, to share some insights about these Greek courses, because I have seen in the comments in the chat that you have highlighted this issue. So, Eskander?
Hello, everyone. Can you hear me? So I'm Eskander Dumit, and I'm a student here, of course. I came straight from high school, and I knew nothing in Greek. So I had no background in Greek or anything. And one amazing thing that the university has offered us are those free Greek courses that you can attend per every week, and you actually have two-hour courses per week. And it's a great opportunity. The professors teaching them are also very, very helpful. They're very good in English, so it's really easy to communicate with them. And they teach you a Greek language that is very helpful for you in the hospitals. For example, there's a lot of emphasis on specific terms in hospitals, on patient-doctor communication, and that will be very helpful for those that have no background in Greek language or a very weak background. So that's a very good thing that the university has offered. And yeah, I wish you guys all the best. And hopefully next year I'll be speaking to all of you in Greek.
Thank you, Eskander. And now I think it's time. But before opening the floor for question and answer, we have tons of questions. I think we will not have the time to reply to them all, but of course we can come up later on that. And I would like to share a small video that we have created here to catch, let's say, to have a better view on how life is going in our university. So, Nikki, if you can share the video, please, and then we will go straight on to the Q&A session. Thank you, Nikki. Just to reply to
Great. Can you see my screen?
No, we cannot see your screen now, Nikki. We have seen the screen before. Yeah, you can share it again and also share
Allow me a minute,
the
please.
sound. Yeah. Yeah, we can see your screen.
Great.
Now, do you want me to address the questions and then we can reply to some of them? And how
Yes,
do you
of
want
course,
to?
we can start like that.
Okay. Let's start with the questions that we had via email about what's an average AP exam score? Do we have
4 out
this
of 5.
information? Sorry?
4 out of 5
4 out of 5. My
for
son
all
is a
the
US.
subjects.
Okay. My son is a USA resident and student. He has a US passport, but also has Greek ID. Will that be a problem?
It matters where the student is finishing his or his high school. So, is that indicated in the question?
Sorry?
Can you read again the question?
Yes, of course. Let me go again. My son is a USA resident and student. He has a US passport, but also a Greek ID, Greek
Great.
identity card.
If he's finishing school in US, then he can apply. He's eligible to apply. If he's finishing school in Greece, then contact with us by email, and we will give you all the relevant information.
Okay, thank you. What are common mistakes applicants make? I don't know if we can reply on that, but
They write an enormous personal statement, 3, 4, 5 slides and pages of personal statement.
okay. How many open positions? What is the tuition cost per year? Are there any scholarships offered?
Great. So the available slots for the 2026 academic year are 60 slots for this year. The tuition fees are 70,000 euros per academic year. There are some possibilities, some available scholarship, but after enrollment.
Okay, perfect. Do you have student residencies? What is the admission rate?
Do you have?
Student residence.
If they mean about, if they speak about dormitories, we do not offer dormitories.
Okay. What is the admission rate in our program?
So we have 300 applications per academic year, an average of 300 applications, and the available slots were 40, but now are 60.
Nikki, when is the application deadline?
30 April. In a month from now.
Yeah, 1 month from now. Congratulations on an informative session. My greetings to Dr. Hadzaras, who I worked with at Bellevue Hospital, Stella Liberis. I'm a radiation oncologist at the New York University Medical Center in New York City, and I'm happy to mentor students from this program interested in oncology. Okay, you can find the contact details of Stella Liberis. And a question from her: for students who apply after completing bachelor's degree, is their pathway shortened? Can they obtain credits for the first and second year courses and enter into the second or third year?
No, unfortunately not.
No. Thank you, Nikki. Have graduates been able to get residencies in the United States after graduating from our program?
So I have to mention that the medical degree, the English program, it's at the moment in its 4th year. So we do not have graduate. However, the Greek program, as we mentioned before, it is operating since 1837. So we have many graduates who have matched in the US, and I'm sure Dr. Gasparis and Professor Hadzaras and Professor Avgerinos can confirm my thoughts.
And I also want to mention, Nikki, that the National Kapodistrian University and Hellenic Medical Society have developed a collaboration where the students from the medical schools in Greece will have the opportunity to do internships, or not internships, but rotations from medical school, clinical rotations in Hofstra, the Northwell Health System.
Yes, Tony, this is a great opportunity, and I would like again to thank the Hellenic Medical Association for materializing this collaboration and giving the opportunity. And it's not only for the Greek-speaking program, it's going to also be for the English-speaking program starting 2 years from now, when we're going to have the 6-year students ready to graduate. They will have the opportunity to rotate at Hofstra University or with a scholarship.
And really, the whole goal of that is to allow the students, because when you're a foreign graduate, it can be challenging to find residency positions in the U.S. So the goal of those rotations in the U.S. will allow the students to develop relationships, potentially do publications, get reference letters from physicians in the U.S., and having experience in a rotation here, which will increase their chances of getting a residency spot.
On the residency front, allow me to add a couple of thoughts. As Nikki said, the English MD program has not graduated students yet because we are on our 4th year. But the Greek program, which is essentially exactly the same program, right? It's exactly the same curriculum, exactly the same diploma, has had extraordinary success placing young doctors to every conceivable graduate medical education program in the United States and Canada. Some of the most competitive residency spots in the US, including neurosurgery at Johns Hopkins University Hospital, including general surgery at Massachusetts General Hospital, have accepted our graduates from Athens Medical School. And in fact, these folks have been very successful. They graduated the programs and are currently in leading roles throughout the US. A few names can come easily in mind. You may want to look up the chief of surgical oncology at Stanford University in California or the chief of trauma at MGH, both of whom are graduates from the University of Athens. So there should be no doubt that this school has a very, I would say, unique ability to offer a very high level education and preparation to have our graduates be placed in some of the most competitive residencies throughout the United States and Canada.
Thank you, Professor Gasparis.
Yeah, you said the application deadline is April 30th. When do the students find out if they get accepted?
Until end of May, all the offers will be sent.
Wow, so a month after the application deadline?
Yes, exactly.
And so how many open positions are there for the next intake, Nikki?
16.
60 slots available.
Perfect. And can you tell us about the interviews and what are you looking for in students and how they can best prepare from Constiliano?
Of course, I would be happy to share more about interviews, but I think it will be unfair because we have here Professor Hadjaras, who has conducted a lot of interviews. So if you could share with us a few words or a few suggestions about applicants, potential applicants, going through an interview.
About the interview. Well, just be yourself. State your vision, speak clearly. If there have been any glitches in your resume, don't get defensive, just say what happened. Most of you are very, very well trained. We wish we could recruit all of you, but we only have 60 spots. So be yourself, and it will be a very friendly process.
Thank you, Professor Hadjaras. Another question from John. Is there a pathway for students who have already completed an undergraduate degree?
I'm not sure if this question is about our program or for master degrees or in general.
Yeah.
The Medical School of Athens offers 80 master degrees, and some of them are in English. So if it has to do with master degrees, let's share our mail with the participant to send any further information.
Thank you, Nikki. From Helen Ruvelas, can high school students from the US who are interested in becoming doctors come and shadow a physician or do summer internship with our program?
There are some possibilities, but in any case, they should contact with us and see if there are open slots for this kind of observership.
Perfect.
Nikki, is the MCATs required, and is there a minimum score they need to have?
So it's one of our admission requirements, and the minimum score that we commonly accept is 500.
This one's an interesting question. Somebody's daughter's a sophomore in college, and can she apply now, or should she finish college since you take kids out of high school?
She can apply, but in any case, the file will be reviewed by the committee of the program. And if it is something that's required by the committee of the program, of course, we will communicate with the applicant and require any further documentation.
Perfect.
The MCAT is not required. I'm sorry, Dimitris, I'm seeing just a question pop up in my screen at the moment. It's not required. It's one of our mission requirements.
Perfect. From Helia Masuma, is the degree recognized globally or is another specific exam required?
It is recognized globally, as I mentioned then in my presentation, but the student, before graduating, he or she has to see the country that wishes to pursue his medical degree. For example, if it is USA, I think he has to take USMLEs or do very specific examination. Or also in Europe, if someone would like to pursue his medical degree in Germany or in Norway or in Finland, the student has to see what is existing there, what are the processes, the bureaucracy in the specific country they wish to pursue their medical degree.
Thank you, Nikki. Yes, Dr. Gasparis?
From the Canadian side, they'll be looking at the LMCCQE1 and a specific international student OSCE to get into the maths process.
Thank you, Mr. Rosolatos. And from Naya Tabakovic, is your application review process holistic? If one of the requirements weren't met due to extenuating circumstances, accessibility, or, for example, AP courses, could mastery be reflected alternatively, such as medical internships or published research?
This is a question that I cannot reply. I cannot guarantee that the student can be eligible without meeting our admission requirements. However, the participant can contact us and see his or her case individually and in detail. Let me share our email, Dimitris, in the
chat. And of course, you can enter our website, medicine.ua.gr, and you can find more information there. From Anastasia, an interesting question. Is it possible to visit the school in the summer for students and families?
Yes, there are possibilities for students and families to visit us, but they have to send us an email and book an appointment with us.
Yeah, where is the campus located? In Athens, we are in Woudi. It's not far from the city center, and you can reach it with several public transportation means. And throughout in the neighborhood of our campus, there are several university hospitals. So when you will come to Greece, you will find everything you need near the campus. So from Stella, how does the course compare with medical programs in Ireland and the UK? Any experience to share? I don't know if we have anyone from here, from the UK or from Ireland.
This is a difficult question to answer.
Yeah, I know. Not only if someone from these countries was here, but I think yes, something difficult to reply. And let us take one or two last questions, and then we can, because we need to wrap up at 2 o'clock your time, 8 o'clock our time, and we would like to close with the video. So I will take two questions more. Stavroula, Wiki, and then play the video.
Thank you. Let's do that. Let's play the video, and then I put it on the chat a couple of times. We will definitely follow up with every single participant and share a lot of information and links to the emails. Thank you.
Okay, perfect. Yes, because we have several questions that remained unanswered, but we will try to come back to you via email through your registration. So,
Dimitri,
yeah,
can you allow me just 1 minute?
of course.
Okay, to share my sincere appreciation to all our participants for taking the time to attend this webinar, and to express also and share our sincere gratitude to the Hellenic Medical Society of New York, to Dr. Gasparis, the director of the HMS, and to Stavroula Tosca, the executive director of HMS, who from the very first outset, they were so supportive and helped us in enhancing the visibility of the program. And of course, many thanks to Canadian Hellenic Medical Society, to the faculty member, to Professor Hadzaras, Professor Avgerinos, for taking the time to explain to our participants the aspect, the point of their view. And please send us any of your questions. We will try to reply and give a response to all of the participants. Once again, thank you very much, and enjoy the rest of your weekend. Thank you.
Thank you, Nikki. And before playing the video, Stavroula or Dr. Gasparis, if you want to have last words for this webinar, not for your life.
Oh, okay. I'm so glad you clarified that, Dimitri. I got scared. No, with all these doctors. Yeah. I want to say, Dr. Gasparis, if you don't mind, the reason that we decided and we're so excited to do this with you is because we had a chance to meet the team at NKUA, Dimitri, Nikki, and of course, Dr. Hadzaras, Dr. Avgerinos, and Anna Maria, everyone. And we were just so impressed with the work that you're doing and your commitment. So it was a no-brainer that we would want to do our part in promoting the program. And the other thing, I wanted to express thanks to the students who participated, because it makes it even more special, even more unique to be hearing from the students themselves. And a big thanks to Dr. Limberis for offering her help, and everyone else who supported this event. So thank you. We're very grateful and excited about this opportunity.
Thank you, Stavroula. And let me close with a motto from Hippocrates. You will see Hippocrates statue when you visit our campus. Healing is a matter of time, but it is sometimes also a matter of opportunity. So I would suggest that you should grab the opportunity and become a member of the University of Athens School of Medicine family. So thank you all for being here. I hope that we can all meet in the future sometime in physical presence, not via an online webinar. And my sincere gratitude to Stavroula, Dr. Gasparis, and all the organizations that have supported this webinar and made it a reality. So thank you very much. Stay tuned for the video that will play in 1 second, and see you around.
Welcome to the Medical School of the National and Kapodistrian University of Athens, the first and oldest medical school in Southeastern Europe, with a tradition that exceeds 185 years. Here, scientific excellence meets innovation and humanity. With more than 8,000 undergraduate and postgraduate students and an academic staff of high academic standing, our school is not only a place of education, but a living scientific organization. Since its founding in 1837, the medical schools developed a comprehensive network of 92 clinics and laboratories. It's been spreading its educational and research activities throughout Attica's university hospitals and institutes. Follow us in the auditoriums, where the future doctors and researchers acquire the knowledge that will lead them to innovate and evolve into top health professionals. Our students are engaged in advanced educational programs and clinical exercises, acquiring the necessary knowledge and experience. We offer 86 postgraduate programs covering all aspects of medical science. These programs allow students to proceed to doctoral studies enriching their academic journey. Our medical school ranks among the top 100 medical schools worldwide, a result of our continuous commitment to high-quality education and research activity. We actively participate in Civis, Erasmus, and numerous bilateral programs with foreign universities, promoting international academic collaborations and mobility, while the Gender Equality Committee strengthens initiatives for a more equitable academic environment. Every day, every auditorium, every clinic is a new opportunity for growth, education, and success. Here, in the heart of Athens, knowledge illuminates the future of medicine. Thank you for joining us on this journey at the Medical School of the National and Kapodistrian University of Athens. Stay connected for more from the world of excellence and innovation in medicine.
You all. See you around.
See you around. Thank you all so much.
Bye. Thank you all very much.
Bye,
Take care.
everyone. Thank you.
Bye.